Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Skyrim! I'm Count Jack Fisco. Come and join me for an epic adventure! Alright, was there anybody else over here? Yeah, there was like this big building. Is this like a church or something? Golden Sentinel. Oh, that's a tavern. Okay. So we got a lot of people's houses, but I don't want to just go busting in, because we do have the Dwarven Law we got to be aware of. I'll check the tavern out in a minute. I actually want to check out the stores really quick. What is this? Oh, that's another store. Cool. Okay. So we'll hit these three. We'll check out the tavern. We'll see where that goes, because I don't think I even checked that out in the future. I think that's... No. I don't even remember where I came from. Oh well. Let's try to do this in some semblance of order, shall we? I haven't even finished checking the place out in the past. Hi.
Welcome. Now, I trust you've had your chat with the Jarl.
Sure. What's your story?
Me? I'm Vernon, your friendly grocer and all-around nice guy. You want fresh food? You're in the right place. You want... Wait. Did you hear that?
Hear what?
Oh, no. Someone just slid another letter under my door. Could you... do me a favor and grab that before anyone else sees it.
There's no letter here, dude. What are you talking about? There's no letter here. Unless it's outside, there's no letter. Fine, I'll be right back. There's no... Bro, there's no letter here. What are you talking about? There's no letter, man.
Well, what did it say?
You know a way out of here?
You wouldn't believe how often the new ones ask that question. But I'll tell you the same thing I tell everyone else. There are much worse places to live out your days. You might have a few sleepless nights thinking about the Dwarves' Law. But once you get used to the fear, knowing that a single slip-up could cost you everything, it's not too bad. Nothing new to me, anyways.
Pleasant. But you told me about the Dwarves' Law.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. That's about all I know. You should go and talk to Brohl in his chambers if you want to know more.
Wait a minute, you're telling me that if anybody makes a mistake, everybody here dies? That's what happened? Whoa. What's for sale?
Foods, potions, all sorts of things.
So we literally can't even steal here, or this... Ooh, okay. Good to know. Alright, I'll worry about shopping later. What letter? Did it automatically give it to me or something? Because I didn't see squat. Reward notice? What the hell are these? Ask Governor about the disappearance of his wife. Missing, my beloved wife, Macy. Reward available upon information. We already asked him about that, though. Let's say Habik about his missing ring. Reward. Golden ring belonged to her deceased son. High sentimental value. Reward available on retrieval. Habik and Miranda. We got those, but I don't see a note that got slid under the man's door. There's nothing here. Yeah, autosave. I'm telling you, man, there's no note under your door. I don't know what to tell you. Underground tunnels, but we can't go there. I don't see a note, man. There's nothing here. For some reason, if there's an event that was supposed to trigger, it didn't trigger. Yeah, there's no note. I don't know what they're talking about. Let's go to the fineries.
Welcome,
hey, Habik.
newcomer.
What's your
trust
story?
You've spoken with the Jarl already.
Sure.
I'm Habik. I live out back with my wife, Miranda. We used to live in solitude, but, we had to leave. Found this place by accident, like most. The Jarl needed someone to mind the store. So I volunteered. Doesn't make any money, of course. Not enough customers.
Makes sense.
The Jarl says he likes to keep us busy and out of trouble. But of course, he and all his cronies in the Citadel never seemed to lift a finger.
Why did you leave Solitude?
Our son was working at my stables outside the city. He was alone when he had a visit from some Imperial, a cousin of the High King. This Imperial thought he'd just take one of the horses as a tithe. Guess he didn't think a 12-year-old boy was going to stop him. But Limar wouldn't stand for it. And as the thief rode off, my son managed to shoot an arrow into his shoulder. But I wasn't there at the time. I came back from the market to find my son's body, trampled in the dirt. It was... I can't begin to describe it.
I'm sorry, man.
I was shattered. I went straight to Torig's court and demanded justice. But I guess that word doesn't mean much to an Imperial. Instead, he seized my stables and told me if I ever set foot in Solitude again, my wife and I would end up the same way as Limar. So we left. Wandered Skyrim for a while, and eventually wound up here. I was hoping this place would be better. I was wrong.
Yeah, this place is kind of creepy. If the Jarl's so unfair, why don't you overthrow him?
I wish it was that simple. But with the Dwarves' Law, everybody here is terrified of doing anything wrong, in case it gets us all killed. The dwarves wrote, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." But we don't know what they meant by sin. Theft. Violence, probably. But maybe they meant all sorts of things, like dishonesty or disobedience to the Jarl. That's what Metellus would like us to think, anyway. So I could ignore his orders. Sure. I could even lead an uprising against him. Gods know most of us are sick of him, but I'd be risking the lives of everyone here, and I just don't want to be responsible for that. So here I am, running my shop. Could be worse.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe the Dwarves' Law is just a ruse to ensure obedience?
Don't be a fool. That sort of dangerous talk could get us all killed. If you don't believe me, go and talk to Broll. Dunmer fellow. Can't miss him.
Alright. I'm sorry to hear that. Let's talk about something else.
Alright.
Are you, like, done working on your glutes yet, man? Because that's, like, really distracting. Do you know the way out of here?
No, I don't. But I'd wager that if anyone does know a way out, it's the Jarl. But of course, if he told anyone, he'd be ruling over an empty city.
That's true. But your missing ring.
Ah, you saw my notice then. What about it?
I'd like to help, but any idea where I should start looking?
Thank you. The ring belonged to my son, Limar. He wore it everywhere. He told me it was a gift from a strange wood elf he met in the forest once. It was the only thing I had to remind me of him. But a while ago, I dropped it down the stairs in my shop, and it rolled under a door at the bottom. The trouble is, I've never been able to unlock the door, or work out what's down there. But I'm sure it's possible, because I hear noises down there. So I'll bet that somebody, somewhere in the city, knows a way down there. And who knows what else you'll find once you get in.
Yeah, I'll look. What do you have for sale?
Only the finest clothes in town.
Alright, thank you for your patronage, sir. I'll see what I can find out about the ring.
Alright, thanks for stopping by.
Glad I could help. Alright, so we'll check out the last shop. Go see about the tavern. Oh, I'm wondering if we should go talk to Habib's wife about the son as well. Back at the house. You... Hello? Hello? Okay, the vendor's not here. That's weird. Was that one of the people who was missing or evicted or whatever? Who the hell are you? Oh, you're Habik. Miranda, the wife.
Welcome. We'll talk more once you've spoken with the Jarl.
What's your story?
Oh, there's not much to tell. My husband Habik runs the clothing store in town. You should stop by. I'm sure you'll leave looking much better. Not that you don't look good now, I mean, it's just...
I know what you mean.
You know, nice clothes are... Oh, who am I kidding? I'm no good at selling anything. I guess that's why they've got me sweeping the floors day in, day out. Well, that, and we weren't invited to be layabouts in the Jarl's Citadel.
Layabouts?
Did you see anyone working in the Citadel? I'll bet you didn't. They just amuse themselves all day while those of us down here do all the work. And why? Because Habik's a Redguard and I'm a Breton. I bet if we were both Imperial, it'd be a different story. The worst part is we left Solitude to get away from bigoted Nords after our son died. But here the Imperials are even worse.
Can I ask you something?
Of course.
What happened to your son?
Oh. No offense, but I'd rather not talk about it. Too many painful memories. And besides, there are enough sad stories around this place as it is. But if you're interested, you can talk to my husband, Habik, in his shop, Firefly Finery.
My condolences. Ever thought about challenging the Jarl?
What would we do? Start a rebellion? No way. Not after the dwarves' warning. You know, the many shall suffer for the sins of the one, and all that.
You believe the dwarves' warning?
I'd be a fool not to. If you're not convinced, you should go and talk to Broll in his chambers. He knows more about the dwarves than anyone.
Let's talk about something else.
All right.
Do you know a way out of here?
If I did, Habik and I probably wouldn't be here. But Ulrin's wife managed to escape a while back. He doesn't like to talk about it, but you might be able to get him to open up, I suppose.
I don't think she escaped. I think she's dead. I'll be going now.
Nice to talk to you. See you soon.
It's nice to meet you too, Miranda. Okay, so whose houses do we have here? Golvar we haven't talked to. Smar we did talk to. She's the one who's working the fields. Ulrin's house. We talked to an Ulrin, didn't we? So I don't want to go barging into anybody's house because of the law, but Vernon we haven't talked to, but at some point I think we have to investigate. There's Rikus the douchebag. The Beacon Miranda. And Brandis. Is Brandis still alive after what happened? Alright, time to check out the tavern. See who's here. Nastasia, Golvar, Bismar's here. Guess she's taking a break. Let's talk to Golvar. We haven't talked to him yet.
You really should be speaking with the Jarl.
I know. What's your story?
Well, it's a sad one. But I don't mind telling it. Name's Golvar. I'm a farmer. Always was. Grew up on a farm near Whiterun. It was a good life. Fresh milk and eggs every day. Running around the farm barefoot with my brother and sisters. Never even had to lock our doors. One day, when I was about 18, my father and I were carting some produce into the market when we saw a group of strangers in the top field. My father told me to run back to the house and get his axe. So I did. I ran so fast I almost threw up. But by the time I got back, it was too late. I found him dead by the side of the road.
I'm sorry.
The cart and all our produce was gone. That was the first time I learned about bandits. My mother passed soon after, and I took over the farm. Now, I'm as good a farmer as any, and better than most, but things went downhill from there. The raiding started before long. I'd come outside at dawn and find a few chickens missing. Next it was a cow, then 2 cows.
Go on.
That was the first time in 5 generations my family started locking its doors at night. We knew the guards from Whiterun weren't going to help us. One night, when we had nothing left to steal, there was a knock at the door. I knew who it was and what they wanted. I took my father's axe and pulled the door open real quick. Before he knew it, that bandit had my father's axe right down the middle of his skull. But there were more of them.
Yeah.
I never saw how many, because the next thing I knew, I was waking up with a mouth full of dirt and lungs full of smoke. My home was burned to rubble. My family slaughtered like cattle.
I'm so sorry, man.
And they left me alive to see what they'd done. It still burns whenever I think about it.
I'm so sorry, man.
Well, at least I got one of the bastards. Cleaved that grin of his right in half. Sometimes it helps me get to sleep at night. Sometimes. Anyhow, after that I drifted some. Took odd jobs around Falkreath. But nothing seemed to work out. And then I guess I got desperate. I started taking things. Just small things. Carrots and cabbages. Just enough to survive. I wasn't proud of it. And then one day, I watched myself break into some guy's farmhouse and help myself to his things. And I guess I realized what I'd become. Next thing I knew, I was looking for a place to die. And I found the entrance to this place. And that shaft. And I started my life over again.
I see. So you have your own farm again?
Well, I'm a farmer. But the land I work isn't mine. Metellus had declared himself Jarl and claimed all the farmland before I got here.
You don't sound happy about that. Understandably so.
I'm not. All I've ever wanted is to make a living by working the land. But it seems someone always has to go and steal the fruits of my labor. That bloody Jarl. He's no better than the bandits who destroyed my life. Only difference is he uses words instead of weapons. But he'll get his. One day. Just do me a favor and keep that last part to yourself, would you?
Just don't do anything until I have a chance to figure out how to avert the disaster. There's no way out of here?
Don't know why you're asking me. Don't know if there's a way out, and don't care. This is my home now. Not even a dozen bandits could drive me away.
Alright, thank you for the story. I'm really sorry, man.
Fair enough. See you around.
So we still have quite a few more people to talk to. Unfortunately, my recording hard drive is almost full because we're at about 145 minutes, and at most I can get 2 hours. So I'm gonna have to stop here and pick it up on Tuesday or Wednesday when I can record again, which sucks because holy crap, this is riveting. I really want to know what's going on and how we can stop this from happening. And they really are fleshing out the characters so you get attached to them. That's actually really cool. And everybody here has had a tragedy. That's one thing this place seems to draw in. This is one of the coolest add-ons I've seen. I mean, Worm's Tooth was awesome. This is just... This one really hits you right in the feels, man. Anyway, unfortunately I have to stop here for now, but we will definitely be picking this up as soon as I can. So I hope you guys are enjoying it so far, and let's see where it goes. My personal thanks to each and every one of you for tuning in. You all are awesome viewers. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. It means a lot to me, and I do hope you enjoyed them. So you all take care of yourselves, and if you want to see more of me, queue up the video on the list, or stay tuned for more. Feel free to leave a comment below. Please remember to take that like button if you enjoyed the video. In the meantime, fare thee well, everyone.